Hi guys, so we're back with another video. I know it's been a little bit since we posted our last one. The last one was with my husband. This time I'm actually going to do a little bit different. I have a really good, happy vibe about myself, but now that we're kind of at a standstill, you know, things are a little bit different. I feel I have a lot more time now to kind of think about stuff. Kind of have like my negative thoughts overtake my positive thoughts, and that's where I'm kind of at. So this is a video just for me to kind of just let out all the stuff that I've been thinking about. When we first started getting pregnant, the stress of that, the emotions of that kind of broke me down. When we didn't have any kind of answers from other doctors like that, you kind of just start to think like, what am I doing wrong? What happened? You know, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do that? The one thing that us women are supposed to do is, you know, to have a baby. And you kind of just start to bring yourself down. And I wasn't like that when we first started to do this side. So the second time that we wanted to do the infertility, I had a really good feeling about it. I wanted to do stuff. I wanted to, you know, buy baby clothes. And I've been following like a whole lot of, you know, Instagram baby profiles and stuff like that, because I have that much of a good feeling about it. But now that we're kind of just slowing down, I'm starting to kind of revert back to how I was feeling before, like the first time that we did it. Just thinking about that though, it's kind of sad because for me, it's once I got married, my mom right away assumed that we were going to go ahead and have a baby right away. She had me when she was 16. She got pregnant when she was 15. So we kind of grew up together and we had a really close bond, and wrong reason to have a baby, just to get like that bond with my mom. Like I should have been worried more about the bond with myself and my husband, but that was like the big thing. I would say like our relationship has changed over the years because of that. Like with this whole infertility and not being able to have a baby, it affects everyone around you. It doesn't just affect yourself or your husband. It's everyone, you know. You kind of just, you don't know how to open up to other people without having to feel not necessarily like a failure, but just to have like a really kind of sensitivity. There was one time I really thought I was pregnant because I hadn't had a whole period for a whole month, and so just to know that I was capable of doing that to my body, to make it do some strange things, it freaked me out. So that's kind of why we kind of just kicked back and calmed down about it, because it was taking so much effect on my body and in such a negative way. So going back to like that day, I think that was the kind of like the day that my mom and my relationship had changed. We had like this unbreakable bond before. I would tell her everything. You know, she was my best friend, and you know, I was her baby, and now we don't have that relationship anymore, and I feel like that's kind of where it happened. So that night they told me that she was pregnant, and I kind of expected my mom, or wanting my mom, to be there and kind of just to make me feel like it's okay, that there's nothing wrong with me, to kind of make me feel like, you know, it was not to worry about having that relationship kind of taken from me with my baby and my mother, even though my nephew was coming, that it would always be there. She didn't give me that reassurance that I was looking for. I remember storming off, and I just remember her saying like, I don't know what her problem is, and I know my mom's probably gonna get mad if she sees this. I don't think she'll ever see it, but that day it hurt to know that I had been struggling for so long to have a baby, and to know that here it's beautiful. Like the relationship is awesome and I love it, and there's nothing wrong with it. And I just know now that this baby, when we do have a baby, it will be for us. It's a gift for us. It's a gift from me to him, something that we created together. You know, I want to buy baby clothes and stuff like that, but then I start to think like, that is one thing I am not. I am not a patient person, so that's why right now I'm kind of just, I'm trying to psych myself out to be okay with it and calm and just collective and just not having to let it get to me, but to know that I'm waiting again, and just all these crazy thoughts go through my head. Like, what if I'm the problem? What if something comes back? There was one test that she said we had to do. Like, it was something you had to do. It was to take a STD test. I've been married for 6 years. Yeah, so I shouldn't be worried, but that stresses me out too. I just freaked out. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta take an STD test. What if something happens? I know I'm gonna come back fine, unless my husband. No, I'm just kidding. But you know, things like that just stress you out. And now that I have all this time, I mean, I have like a couple of weeks, maybe less than a week before I should start my period. So I'm kind of, we're almost there. I'm just really anxious, and I want to just get things done, so I know, because I'm that control freak where I have to just get things done. So I wanted to show a little bit about how things are making me feel, and you know, share a little bit of how I felt before and where we're at with, like, not just with me, but like my family as well, because it doesn't just affect you, it affects everyone around you. You kind of just become like this really angry person when, you know, you've been trying for something for so long, and you just want that. You want that more than anything, and you know, you feel like you're burdening other people because they have to walk on eggshells. You know, I feel like my family at that time had to walk on eggshells, you know, and if they didn't walk on eggshells, they were the ones that just wouldn't leave you alone, that wanted just to know, like, oh, what's going on and what's doing this, and to the point where I didn't want to talk about it, I didn't want to hear about it. I was telling people that I didn't want babies. You know, they would ask me, oh, like, do you and your husband have any children? And I would say no. Oh, do you guys anyone? No, I don't want to talk about it, kind of thing. You know, just cut it off. Things got a lot easier when I stopped talking about it. Not necessarily that I didn't stop thinking about it. You know, my husband would always say, like, watch, when you stop thinking about it is when it's going to happen. And I feel like I still think about it. Like, in the back of my mind, it's still there. And so I kind of just feel like, oh, I'm still hindering us from it, because I just can't let it go. So this whole point of this video was for me to kind of just let it all out. I've been keeping it, no matter what anyone says, it's me that has to control what I've been thinking, how I feel. No one else is going to help me with that. I have to do it on my own. My brain is a very powerful thing, and it just creates havoc everywhere, you know, like, I can't stop thinking. I cannot turn it off. So this helps a lot better. I feel a lot better. Just kind of hear myself, how crazy I sound. But so hopefully the next video, if I don't post like a silly little one, will be the one in the hospital. I'm hoping that they'll let us record just to see, because I remember when I was first starting out, I wanted to see videos of actually what's going to happen instead of having them come over and just discuss it. That was another thing. In my last video, I said not to do any research on Google, because that's like the worst thing you can do, and I did it. I did it again. You know, what could possibly be wrong? You know, I think when they said that if your fallopian tubes are blocked or anything like that, I'm like, oh my gosh, what could be blocking it? Scar tissue, why am I getting scar tissue? Did I do something when I was younger? That's how crazy I get. I was looking on YouTube for other fertility journey videos that are taking like pregnancy tests, and to see those like pregnancy tests kills me, because I know exactly what they're going through. That disappointment, kind of psyching yourself out, that's how you know your brain is freaking like intense. I've been feeling new symptoms. It's not period symptoms, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I used to think that too, and then it would turn out that she wasn't pregnant, and just like, up for them. I would want to cry with them, just because like I know exactly what they're going through. I know what they felt at that moment. So, you know, this helps. I'm still feeling good. I have my days, my good days and my bad days. So I want to know if I should just stop doing these and then just keep to like the medical stuff. I watch a lot of people, so they do like videos on their lives and stuff, and I mean, I find it interesting. So like and subscribe, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks, guys.